So first time I come across Adam was we actually got in contact with him through you about sparring for the Ryan Garcia fight for Luke Campbell, and yeah, I mean when I saw him, I didn't think much because he was quite skinny and slight and he was so young, but yeah, he really held his own day in, day out. He was holding his own with Luke, and yeah, I was really impressed with him. I thought it wasn't I thought maybe it might have been a fluke in the first spar, like Luke couldn't land on him, and it was quite a very technical, high skilled spar, and for a kid that's 18, I was really impressed. And then as the weeks got on, Luke landed a couple of really good shots on him and he weathered them well. It was a very good defence. And yeah, I mean, I saw Hassan come down a few times and he was in the gym as well. And then we managed to get him some sparring as well, and I was really impressed with both of them. So I thought Adam's boxing ability, his speed was just incredible. You know what I mean? And he was really good defensively, but he needs a lot of work attacking. And then I was really impressed with him. And then when I watched him in his debut, I thought, there were so many things that he didn't really capitalise. He didn't go through the gears. He didn't sustain the pressure. And that's the tricks that you need to learn. It's almost a skill in itself, just to fight journeymen. Do you know what I mean? To fight guys that are willing to survive. So you'd be able to close the gaps and sustain the pressure and make sure you're not just pot shotting with him. You're putting punches in combination. But when you get to the top level, he's been boxing at such a high level as an amateur. You can't give away one or two shots. And the problem with that is that when you then go into the pros, you're almost too defensive. You have to be much more attacking, and so that's what I thought with Adam. But Hassan, I thought he had great jab, great 1-2, and he needed to work a lot more. He had great movement, but he needs to work a lot more in the pocket and getting comfortable in there. Whereas Adam was really comfortable in close. From a defensive standpoint, he just needs to be able to attack a little bit more from those positions. The thing about being involved in a gym like myself, like the environment that I create, there's always top quality fighters in there. Whether they can learn the hand defenses from someone like Chris Smith, whether they can learn the distance and the jabs from someone like Lawrence to maintain that gap. Being around quality fighters, you've got a Fowler in the gym, you've got Daniel Dubois, you got like Luke Campbell as well. He hasn't been in a while, but still being in and seeing him train, it's like you can pick so much up from those situations. And then from myself, I've worked with 4 world champions, 2 unified world champion, 1 2-weight world champion, and not all of them fight the same. Everyone fights differently. Josh Taylor fights so different to other people I've trained. Do you know what I mean? Like Lawrence, for instance, and I know that I can maximise kids. If they come to me, I can maximise them. I can bring out things that they do well, I can make them better, and also things that they don't do so well, I can really brush up and make them feel comfortable in certain situations. So yeah, I think coming on board, they'll learn a lot. Do you know what I mean? For myself, they'll also be trained like a proper athlete. They'll have proper structure to their camp, good quality sparring, good instructions in between, and I believe they're going to go very far in this game. It's going to be a very exciting time. I feel like we can maximise both sides of the spectrum, whether it's the boxing and the commercials. Going forward, I mean, we'll get the right promoter behind us, and we've got a few meetings next week. But yeah, I mean, we know how to match fighters. We've built people up from scratch. You know what I mean? In Josh Taylor, he was a unified world champion within 16 fights, and the problem being, coming out of the amateurs, you need to know the pace that you're willing to go. Adam might be going slightly quicker than Hassan, but then he might not be going quite as quick as somebody like that we had before, like Josh, because he had a little bit more experience in the amateurs. So it's just about knowing how to push them, when not to, when to push on, when to go from 6 to 8, when to go into title fights, and then and then from then on, it's just down to like the training and the opportunities. They will be the next stars in the Asian community, in my opinion. And especially getting into professional boxing at such a young age, it allows you to build up a proper fan base. So then when you do get into title fights, whether they're at domestic, European or world level, you'll have the fan base, you'll have the support. And there's one thing that Asian fans do is they really get behind their own, and I believe that you guys should all get behind Adam, AZIM and Hassan, because they got bundles of potential, lovely kids, and they can fight as well, which is the most important thing.